a parody, okay. 1-on-1 ain't no comparing me, okay. Wait, 2-on-2, that's like they be sharing me, okay. They working like the rent dude. Rent got them doing, that's what I'm into, yeah. If I'm in it, then I own it, not a rent.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. All set for football now from snowy Wisconsin, and off we go from Lambeau. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game. Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it? One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 45 on second down, Rodgers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The Packers at 11-5 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Rodgers. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On play action, they'll throw. They finds his target. It's Schultz. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll try the middle with Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Airing this one out for Evans. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are once again back in front. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
A gain there of 21 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 30 big ones. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mike Evans with his second touchdown here in this first half as they have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a comfort for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And he's got Rome.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now Rodgers to the right side, and he's got more complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. On play action, now Rodgers.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Vikings are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Now a dump off here complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. 23 yards the pickup there. Back to the ground, Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 25 yards that time.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a first and goal.
Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Lutt's to kick it off. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I suppose we go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Rodgers now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to Moore. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 17, Rodgers, quick slant here to Smith. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
You got 58. You got 300. You got 300.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Irv Smith Jr., a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Will go down as a gain of 6. And then we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Targeting more, and he's got...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. They find some open field here. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
It finds his receiver, Watson.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in there.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers going to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Doubs
from 6 yards away.
And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Now the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And sensing the momentum may be changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And this will be taken at the 13. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First target, first catch, and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's caught again by Schultz. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Cook will get down close to the goal line, but not in, and as he'll be marked down at the 1. Again, it's Cook. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. That's caught at the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 16, Rodgers. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And the defense, they'll spread the field, a dime package here on 3rd and 12. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota,
they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Packers,
the loss means they'll finish at 11-6 overall.
And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the dirt, out the block. It was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot.
Tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew. One for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off a... Yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it off the road, off the curve, off the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full. Yeah.
New toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top,
I just scraped it off the top. Cut it off the road, off the curve, off the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full. Yeah.
I am the prince. I said I am the prince. I am the prince. I said I am the first of all time.
Let's go.
I am the prince.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me.
I said I am the prince.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything.
I am the prince.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me.
I said I am the first of all time.
Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me.
I am the prince.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me.
I said I am the prince.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything.
I am the prince.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me.
I said I am the prince.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The chattermouths who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me.
I am the prince.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me.
I said I am the prince.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything.
I am the prince.
You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember
I
me.
said I am the prince.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything.
I am the prince.
Next level. One of the best. Remember me.
I am the prince. Am the prince. Am the prince. The prince.
Next level. I'm coming for everything. Everything.
I am the prince.
Remember me. it. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, wasn't instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You clout chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, not no kin to me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting tough, damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 1-on-1 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2-on-2, that's like 4, they be sharing me. Okay, they working like the rent dude. Rent got them doing, that's what I'm into. Yeah, if I'm in it, then I own it, not a rental. No, I've been plotting on the lamb and the Benz cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go.
You gotta choose.